Hello and welcome, Rams fans, to the Week 6 edition of the Rams Prematch Report. The Rams have a busy week next week as they try to make their way back to the top of the Northeast standings. They will play their second of 2 home games against the Western Mass Pioneers before going back on the road to take on the Vermont Voltage.
The Rams are coming off their worst loss in franchise history, a 5-1 defeat to Seacoast United. It was a game in which overconfidence was the mindset all the players admitted to.
It starts with the warm-up and our mentality going into the game because I think we were a little too cocky coming off the win at Westchester. So I think that we just need to be more deliberate in our warm-up and not be so nonchalant and lackadaisical and come out faster.
The players will have to put that result behind them with 4 matches in the next week and a half. Coach Hobie Hare focused his team on what made them successful early in the season, a relentlessness in winning the ball back.
I think we just need to be a little more disciplined defensively. I think we've gotten a little carried away with the good results we got, early on in the season. But, we're playing good soccer. Last game I thought we played some really good footy. We created good opportunities, but, we're just throwing these numbers forward. And, with, loads of space at the back for guys to just counter in and transition. So we just need to get a little more disciplined defensively, and I think we'll be all right.
The Rams may have their toughest test on Wednesday against a Western Mass Pioneers team that has yet to lose a match. The third Massachusetts derby, along with the return leg of the Vermont Voltage fixture, could determine the direction of the Rams' season.
Let's take a quick look at the USL PDL Northeast standings. The Seacoast United Phantoms and CFC Azul are both tied on 14 points atop the Northeast after both had critical victories at the weekend. The Real Boston Rams are just 1 point behind the Western Mass Pioneers on 12 points, while the Vermont Voltage are still looking for their first victory of 2014. Now let's move right into our weekly conversation with Rams head coach Hobie Hare, who will once again be managing a tough week right in the meat of the Rams schedule. All right, Coach, the first question is pretty obvious. How do you prevent what happened last week from happening again?
It's always a good question. I think when you're playing a counterattacking team like Seacoast, and first and foremost, you need to give Seacoast a lot of credit. They finished their chances, and we obviously gave them a few chances, which is always a little harmful. Look, at the end of the day, we possessed the ball. We looked kind of normal. We just didn't have a lot of urgency in our play, and I think the guys had a little bit of a World Cup hangover, to be fair. I think they were watching, probably, hanging out all day, not really paying attention, not being focused, and I think when they came into the game, I definitely got the sense that they were not really ready to go. So I take a little blame. I'll take it on myself. I didn't have them ready to go.
How do you get back to where the team was at the beginning of the season?
Well, it really starts on the defensive end. I mean, what we're really good at is hunting the ball in packs. There's no doubt about it. When we turned it over early in the year, we won it back really quickly, and we made the effort to do that. I think what happens, and I told the boys that tonight, is that we are a really talented group offensively, technically, and so we really do have the advantage of keeping the ball on most of our opponents. And I think we kind of lulled ourselves into that safety net, so to speak, and I think we just forgot how to work defensively. We'll get back after it on Wednesday.
Now, you guys have 2 games this week. You have 2 games next weekend. So this is a very tough stretch of games for the Real Boston Rams. What is your mindset going into these next 4 games?
Well, it's interesting too because I'm gone for 2 of them, so it's going to be an interesting ride. I think Mike Madden and JB and all those guys will do a great job. I'm not worried about it, and the boys are mature enough to hopefully to handle it. I think when you have 4 games in basically 7 to 8 days, 10 days, let's put it that way. I think at this age, I think it's hard to have a back-to-back night, which we have 27, 28. But I think with the Wednesday game here, they've got a couple days break and then they play again. I think we're going to be okay. I think the boys are itching to get back after it. I think it wasn't a real true Ram result, I think, on the weekend. Again, I credit Seacoast, but I think the boys feel like they didn't put their best foot forward for sure.
With the United States victory over Ghana in group play of the 2014 World Cup in Brazil, here are some player perspectives, both from the United States side and from the Ghanaian side.
I thought it was great that we won. I thought it was a pretty terrible game to watch, though. We just sat in and parked the bus, and nobody really likes to watch us do that or any team do that, but it's great we got the win. It's awesome that Brooks came in and out of nowhere got a goal. Celebration was terrific and awesome for the U.S., surprising and shocking. We'll see what we can do going forward, but not a fun game to watch. Scary game to watch.
I think Ghana played well. It was unfortunate that we went down early in the game. I think if we had scored earlier, the game would have been a different story. I think the boys played very, very well. We dominated the game from start to finish. Stats, it was unfortunate that the score doesn't reflect on the actual game. That's all I can say.
I think they have a really good chance now, at least, getting out of the group stage just after what happened to Portugal and the fact that Ghana pretty much fell apart. So the only thing that would really concern me going forward is 2 big injuries that happened today. So depending on how those go, I still think that their chances have increased from what at least the whole country thought, but it's still going to be a big, big grind. I think what it actually is going to come down to is how Germany does versus the other 2 teams in the group, more so than how the U.S. performs.
The Rams match this week against the Western Mass Pioneers is this Wednesday at 7 p.m. at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Quincy, Massachusetts. Be sure to check out bostonrams.com for all of the game's information. Also, be sure to check out our Real Boston Rams Facebook page and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Real Boston Rams. You can also check out the broadcast of Wednesday's match by going to youtube.com/Real Boston Rams. For all of us at the Rams, I'm Davis VanOpdorp. Thanks for watching.